new parliament to convene at 9:30 a.m. on the 20th of August. President issues an extraordinary gazette. UNP Working Committee meets to decide the national list MP. Several cabinet and state ministers assume duties today. Claims that Senator Kamala Harris may not be eligible to run for office should be looked at, says US President Donald Trump. Hello there, very good afternoon. You're watching Lunchtime News on Election First. Those were the headlines, now news in detail. A few cabinet and state ministers assume duties today as well.
Minister of Transport Gamini Lokuge assumed duties at the Ministry of Transport in Battaramulla today.
I will make this a ministry that will fulfill the people's requirements. I will take steps to continue all good programs initiated by the previous minister.
Minister of Wildlife and Forest Conservation of the new government, C.B. Ratnayaka, assumed duties this morning. Minister of Ports and Shipping, Rohita Begunawardena, assumed duties this morning.
We are expecting to work as a ministry that will contribute to the economy of the country.
Jeevan Thonnaman, State Minister of Estate, Housing and Community Infrastructure, assumed duties today. Sarath Veerasekara, State Minister of Provincial Councils and Local Governments, assumed duties today.
I strongly oppose the 13th Amendment. My appointment as the State Minister of Local Government and Provincial Council Affairs is fate. We would like to say with confidence that we will not navigate changes that will give land and police powers to provincial councils.
The UNP Working Committee convened at the party headquarters of Sirikota this morning.
The Working Committee meeting convened at 10 a.m. today under the auspices of the party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe. Former MPs Vijaya Abeyewardena, Ravi Karunanayaka, John Amaratunga, Ruwan Vijayawardena and Palitharange Bandara also joined the meeting. Former MP Ashu Marasinghe expressed his views to the media prior to the meeting.
අද කෘත්‍යාධිකාරී මණ්ඩලයේදී අද තීන්දුවක් ගන්නවද නායකයා මර ජාතික ලැක්ෂ මන්ත්‍රීතුරය ඉතින් අපි බලමු මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා අදත් කල් මරනවද කොහොමද ඉතින් අපි බලමු අපි පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්නකො අද අවසාන දවසට කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ නේ එහෙමද අද කෘත්‍යාධිකාරී මණ්ඩලයේ ප්‍රධානතාව කියලා මේ ප්‍රශ්නේට දැන් මැතිවරණ කොමිසමත් තීරණයක් ගනී නේද ඔබතුමාලා අද නම දුන්නේ නැති වුණොත් දැන් මම හිතන්නේ ඒක මැතිවරණ කොමිසමයත් එක්ක අපි සාකච්ඡා කරලා කරගන්න පුළුවන් ඒකේ අවුලක් වෙන්නේ ඒ වගේම කරුජයසූරි මහත්මයා දැන් නායකත්වයට මොකක් හරි පත් වෙන්න මොනවද කියලා නැහැ එහෙම එකක් දැන් කෘත්‍යාධිකාරී
Minister of Tourism Prasanna Ranatunga and State Minister of Aviation and Export Development Zones D.V. Chanaka joined an inspection tour of the Katunayaka International Airport premises.
The two ministers joined a meeting with the upper management of the Bandaragama International Airport. Thereafter, the ministers expressed their views to the media.
President has the will. Business plans of all organizations under the ministry should be presented to him during the next month. The goal should be achieved based on the plan and the timeline set. The Presidential Task Force will evaluate the progress. We will open the airport based on the guidance from the health authorities.
ගුවන්තොටුපළ විවෘත කරන්න සූදානම විකුණන්න සූදානම් කරපු අමාත්‍යාංශයක් එක පැත්තකින්
This was a ministry which was to be sold, and there was a time where paddy was stored at the airport. Also, they expected to give this to foreign powers. However, the President and the Prime Minister expects to develop these based on our policies. We have been challenged to do so.
අපරොත්තු වෙන්නේ මේව දියුණු කරන්න. ඒ සඳහා තමයි අපිට අභියෝගේ බාර දීලා තියෙනවා.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa made a proclamation on summoning the new parliament via an extraordinary gazette today.
Parliament is set to convene at 9:30 am on the 20th of August. The appointment of the Speaker, Deputy Speaker and Deputy Chairman of committees will also take place on the same day. Thereafter, all MPs will present their oaths in Parliament.
The President's Media Division says the government program to provide jobs to 50,000 graduates and 100,000 low-income earners will commence immediately. PMD added that those already with appointment letters to report to the nearest district secretariat office on September 1st. Moving along, former director of the Terrorism Investigation Division, former DIG Nalaka D. Silva said the State Intelligence Service in 2018 had informed the TID to stop the investigation into a person named Mohammed Nilabdin Mohammed Rimzan, who had returned to Sri Lanka after joining ISIS. The former DIG made this statement testifying at the Presidential Commission of Inquiry probing the 2019 April 21st attacks.
He added that former IGP Pujit Jayasundara had instructed in a letter dated 14th March 2018 that a special police team to be deployed to interrogate Rimzan at the airport as he may be deported from Turkey to Sri Lanka in the near future. He further said that when the SIS informed him to stop investigations, he informed the SIS in return to make a written notice in that connection through the IGP. Accordingly, on the 14th of March in 2018, the then IGP Pujit Jayasundara had sent a letter to the TID instructing to stop the ongoing investigations into Rimzan. De Silva also submitted a copy of the letter sent by the IGP to then Secretary to the Ministry of Law and Order, Padmasiri Jayamanna. Former DIG also said that the TID took steps to forward weekly reports on extremists such as National Tawhid Jamaat leader Zaharan Hashim and Abdul Latif Jamil Mohammed and their activities. He further said that in addition to the weekly reports submitted to the IGP by the TID, reports into certain investigations carried out by the TID under the instructions of the IGP were also submitted to the IGP on the relevant day. He also submitted copies of several such reports exchanged between then IGP and the TID to the Presidential Commission.
The total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Sri Lanka has risen to 2,882.
According to the Ministry of Health, another case of COVID-19 was confirmed yesterday, returnee from the United Arab Emirates who was undergoing quarantine. Ministry of Health further stated that the COVID-19 positive patient was quarantined inside the 59 Division Training School, which is a quarantine center. There are 225 active COVID-19 patients receiving treatment. The total number of recoveries stand at 2,646.
2 people were severely injured in an accident that took place in Bandaragama.
The accident took place last evening at the Vidagama junction in Bandaragama. The accident occurred when a jeep travelling from Vidagama collided with a motorbike when attempting to turn towards Bandaragama. The duo who was travelling in the motorbike sustained severe injuries. The 19 and 21-year-old injured residents from Millania were initially admitted to the Bandaragama base hospital and thereafter transferred to the National Hospital in Colombo. Driver of the jeep was arrested and later was released on bail. Bandaragama police are conducting further investigations into the incident.
Today marks the 74th Independence Day of Pakistan. A ceremony to commemorate this occasion was held today.
The ceremony was held at the Pakistan High Commission office in Sri Lanka. The event was held under the auspices of Acting High Commissioner of Pakistan, Tanveer Ahmed. The Independence Day message of the President and the Prime Minister of Pakistan were also read out at the event.
From that, we bring to a close this edition of Lunchtime News on Election First. For details of the stories and much more, simply log on to our website, www.newsfirst.lk. For the News First team, I'm Martin Satyanesan, along with producer Senator Sena Naika. Have yourself a wonderful day.